Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Allow me to introduce myself. The name given is Sofia Adawiyah Binti Saiful Anuar. I am a student of Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Pelabuhan with the code CEE 4083. Regarding hobbies, I'm not really the kind to be fixated on only one or two hobbies. I'd rather spend my time exploring, doing new things. I am always keen on trying out new things that pique my interest. I am also an excellent student in English subject. At school, I held the position of secretary for my school prefect. Recently, I have won a consolation place for Bicara Buku State Level 2025. Moving on, I am passionate to be a successful businesswoman in the future. Today, we are diving into the hilariously peculiar work of P.G. Wodehouse. Beginning with one of his most beloved early novels, Something Fresh, this is the book that introduces readers to the delightful chaos of Blinding Castle, a place where millionaires misplace ancient scarabs, authors take on false identities, and butlers are the wisest people in the room. If you have never read Wodehouse, personally, I think this book is the perfect getaway. If you have, then you'll know what I mean when I say prepare for laughter, linguistic acrobatics, and the sheer joy of things going terribly but amusingly wrong. Let's begin with a bit of context. Something Fresh was first published in 1950, over a century ago. It has been published by lots of publishing companies, but the original story still remained the same. And yet, it still feels refreshingly modern proof that comedy, when done right, surely is timeless. This novel marks the debut of the Blinding Castle series, a fictional estate in Shropshire that becomes the backdrop for many of Wodehouse stories. It is a place almost immune to the outside world. You won't find wars, politics, or global catastrophes at Blinding. Instead, you will find butlers, eccentric lords, and a deep sense of British absurdity. The plot centers on a misplaced scarab, a priceless Egyptian artifact accidentally taken by the absent-minded Lord Emsworth. This set off a domino effect of deception, infiltration, and farcical misunderstanding. Two young characters, Ash Mason and John Valentine, both in search of excitement and better fortunes, end up at Blinding Castle, disguised as servants to recover the scarab. Along the way, we meet a rich American, a pompous romantic rival, and of course, Bitch the butler, who might just be the most sensible of them all. Now, let's talk about Wodehouse, real genius, his character, and comedy. Lord Emsworth, the castle bumbling master, is more concerned with his flowers and breakfast rather than the priceless artifacts or his son's impending marriage. H. Mason is an aspiring novelist stuck ghostwriting cheap thrillers who longs for something more, something fresh. John Valentine, on the other hand, is clever, daring, and fiercely independent, refreshing female character for the time. The real heart of something fresh is its humor, and not just the funny situation, but the way Woodhouse used language to build those laughs. Take for example this line. He had just about enough intelligence to open his mouth when he wanted to eat, but certainly no more. Lines like that make you pause, not just to laugh, but to admire the craft. Woodhouse doesn't rely on cheap jokes. He builds on comedy from rhythm, tone, and irony. His metaphors are legendarily often ridiculous, always delightful. She looked as if she had been poured into her cloak and had forgotten to say when. It is not slapstick, it is verbal slapstick comedy of words as much as of events. Beneath all the laughter, something fresh subtly explores depths of class, identity, and ambition. The upstairs or downstairs dynamic is constantly at play, but not in a dramatic downtown Abbey way. Woodhouse turns it into comedy. Characters pretending to be what they are not, whether it is rich, noble, or qualified, highlight how absurd social expectation can be. An American millionaire trying to buy a British aristocratic connection shows how money and class then awkwardly together. But Woodhouse never moralized. He is not out to change the word. He's here to make it a little lighter. His style is fluid, precise, and effortless. If John Austen met Oscar Wilde and they both decided to write sitcoms, you'd get something close to Woodhouse. And yet, Woodhouse himself was not a frivolous man. He was a master technician. Every sentence, every plot twist is perfectly timed. Behind the brisk prose is a literal clockmaker at work. So, why does something fresh still matter? It is because Woodhouse gave us something increasingly rare. Joy without cynicism. He created words we written to not for lesson or resolution, but for comfort, laughter, and escape. His influence is immense. Authors like Douglas Adams, Terry Pratchett, Nick Hornby, and even J.K. Rowling have all acknowledged Woodhouse's impact. Stephen Fry called him the greatest comic writer ever. In a world obsessed with grit and realism, Woodhouse reminds us that charm, whimsy, delight are literally values too. To wrap up, Something Fresh is more than a funny book. It is a getaway into a universe where language sparkles, chaos rhymes, and everyone, whether a millionaire or a valet, is fair game for satire. If you read it, I hope this speech rekindled your love for it. If you haven't, then please do yourself a favor. Take a trip to Blinding Castle, and just a little reminder for you, don't forget to check your pocket for a prices scarab on the way out. Thank you.